Belle's mother told her about monsters. She told her of the man-shaped thing that lurked in the cellar of her childhood home, how its bone-white face, with its piano-key teeth and burnt-out eyes, would peer up from the bottom of the steps. The adults never heard a sound, though, and never believed us when we spoke of the creature's sweet, wet voice. She spoke of the dark fog that seeped over their town years ago, and of the 1,000 mouths it hid, rings of teeth that glinted at the edge of one's vision. But the worst kind of monster was the burrowing kind, the sort you couldn't name, the sort you couldn't see, the monster that ate you alive from the inside out. Belle never believed a word. On the day her brother Clarence was to pick her up from boarding school, her roommate asked her where she'd be staying for the summer, since her mother is now gone. Belle, clearly upset about it, tells her that she'd be staying at her brother's fiancé's house in the country. It didn't take long before her brother arrived to pick her up. On the drive, Clarence talked of the gardens, the air, and the way Rebecca had been dying to meet her. Belle just stared out the window. They arrived on the property, and the caretaker, a plump woman named Madame Beauchamp, came to welcome them, but Belle's eyes seemed to be fixed on the window upstairs. It felt like someone or something was watching her. Belle settled in and quickly found the library, indulging herself in a good read. That's when she met her brother's fiancée, a slender woman named Rebecca. Rebecca seems like a nice person, but Belle can't shake off a nasty feeling at the back of her head. Later that night, the family settles in for dinner, and that's when Belle notices it, a disturbing rattling sound coming from Rebecca's teeth. In the morning, Belle avoided Rebecca and her brother, choosing to hide away in the library instead. But her brother quickly found her. Not wanting her to stay holed up indoors, he advises her to go outside. Belle takes the advice, but soon Madame Beauchamp finds her, a stern look on her face.
Don't go off exploring the woods on your own,
she warned.
It's very easy to lose one's way in there, especially for someone unfamiliar with the area. Or worse, you could find yourself trapped, like Rebecca did.
Madame Beauchamp told her a story about young Rebecca, how when Rebecca was just her age, she had wandered into the woods one morning and vanished. It wasn't until 3 days after she vanished that she was found at the bottom of a cave she'd fallen into, unable to climb back out. 3 days alone in the dark, drinking water out of a fetid pool to stay alive. All alone. That night, Belle couldn't sleep, but thanks to this, she saw a slender figure rushing into the woods. The following morning, Rebecca tried getting close to her again, but Belle doesn't seem interested. Instead, she tells Rebecca what Madame Beauchamp had told her.
I would advise you not to venture into those woods alone, Belle. It's awfully easy to lose one's way.
Later that day, Belle is reading her book when her brother invites her over for a picnic, but Belle declines the offer, saying she doesn't feel very well. Her brother decides to let her be, and Belle makes her way down the corridor when she hears some disturbing sucking noise coming from Madame Beauchamp's room. Belle refused to go down for dinner that night. The caretaker brought dinner into her room, but that's when she noticed it. Tiny bite marks lined her arm, but the old caretaker dismisses her concerns. That night, Belle's dreams had teeth. They bit into her, clinging even when she woke, keeping her from falling back to sleep. She decided to go out for a walk, but that's when she heard it again. Strange sucking sounds coming from Madame Beauchamp's room. She decided to investigate, but before she reached the door, Beauchamp opened it, her face looking dull and pale. Belle apologized for waking her and fled. The following morning, Rebecca revealed some shocking news. Madame Beauchamp had gone back to her hometown. She'd left early in the morning thanks to an emergency back home. But something about that story didn't add up. Later that day, Belle made her way over to the woods. She's just enjoying the sunset when something catches her attention. It's the cave Madame Beauchamp had told her about. And just as young Rebecca had done, curiosity gets the better of her, and Belle makes her way into the cave. She trips and falls, hitting her head. Before she's able to get up, a light illuminates her face. It's Rebecca. Hiding behind the rocks, she watches as Rebecca crouches beside a pool.
Are you looking forward to living with Mummy? I've been getting your new home ready for you, my little ones.
But Belle made a fatal mistake.
Rebecca?
Belle tries to rush out of the cave, calling out to her brother, who happens to be outside the cave looking for her. But the monster reaches her first. Belle wakes up and finds herself back in her room, her brother looming over her. But when she hears Rebecca's voice, it all comes back and she panics, calling her a monster. But her brother just thinks she's lost it because she had hit her head. But Belle only calms down after Rebecca has left the room. Soon, he leaves to get the doctor, and Belle is left alone with the monster.
Are you going to hurt me?
She asks.
I don't want to.
Did you hurt Madame Bouchot?
I didn't want to. I only wanted to wear her, but her skin didn't fit. I thought it might when I tested her wrist, but when I tried her on, there was no stretch left. My little ones would never have filled it. My. Your skin, though. It will be perfect for them. They won't need to stay in the pool anymore. I'll be so proud.
The monster rambles on about how Clarence will take them to the city, and how she and her babies will have skin options to wear. How she'll wear Belle's skin, and no one would suspect a thing, as she had done with Rebecca. Belle is terrified. The monster is ready to wear her skin now, but Belle has an idea.
Wait!
Belle told the monster of the city Clarence would take it to, how the smoke and the stale cold grate on one's skin, cracking it till it bleeds. She told the monster of the hospitals its children will visit, how its babies would cry for their mother.
They have tests, they do. They'll find out what's beneath the skin, and your babies will panic. They won't know what's happening. You will not be able to help them. They'll be ripped from their host, put into jars, studied and bleached, cut into sections. Then you'll be alone, and the grief will crawl into you. It'll burrow and find a nesting place. You'll lose them if you do this, forever.
And Belle could see on the monster's face that it believed every word. When Clarence came back to take Belle to the doctor in the city, Rebecca refused to go, insisting that she would stay in the country and never leave. Belle barely spoke on their way to the city, and her brother apologized for Rebecca's behavior. But that's when she heard it.